NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying is officially concluded from Martinsville Speedway, and Connor Zilisch has won his second pole of 2025 and his first career Xfinity Series oval pole. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, NASCAR Xfinity qualifying has officially got done at Martinsville Speedway, and Connor Zilisch has won his second pole of the 2025 season, his third career Xfinity Series pole, and his first ever pole on an oval. Massive deal for Connor Zilisch. We know Connor Zilisch is someone who is very fast, especially when it comes to qualifying. He has qualified inside the top 5 and top 10 in majority races so far in 2025. But Martinsville's kind of like a road course, so we knew that Connor Zilisch was going to be very fast and really strong here. And the 88 team in Junior Motorsports especially has historically been very fast, not just in qualifying, but in the races as well. Connor Zilisch, we all knew going into this year, was going to have a learning curve. And we knew that Connor Zilisch was going to be very, very strong throughout the year. And now the big thing we're going to have to kind of watch out for throughout the race tomorrow is, can he execute the race properly? Because we've seen him have a lot of speed in these races. We go back to Las Vegas where he had a third-place car, and then he sped on pit road. The big thing's going to be the execution, because if Zilisch's team can execute properly and he can stay up front, I think he's got a car capable of winning. He had really good speed on the long run and a really strong short-run car as well, as he had one of the fastest cars in the Group B session. But this is a really massive deal for Connor to get his first ever oval pole in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Also, I think the first pole Red Bulls had in Xfinity in a very, very long time, since they, of course, were in the Xfinity Series many years ago as a team. This is a really, really big deal for Connor, and congratulations to Connor on winning his second Xfinity pole. The guy is really, really good. There's a lot of potential with him. You think about his long-term future, a lot of talk maybe he goes to the 99 car next year for Trackhouse. He's continuing to prove himself. He gets better as the year progresses and goes on and wins his first pole of the year, or second pole, I should say. So congratulations to Connor Zilisch on winning the pole for the Xfinity race at Martinsville Speedway, a massive deal for him. So now we're going to talk about all the qualifiers from today and then talk about qualifying reactions as a whole. So Connor Zilisch wins the pole. Carson Quahl finished a second. How about that for Carson Quahl? I think that's the second or third front row start of the season. We know Carson's going to be a factor to win the race tomorrow and was really, really strong in COTA. A really good short track racer. Showed really good speed in practice as well. He's starting inside the top 5 in second place. Carson's one of the guys to watch out for tomorrow. He'll be starting in second. Great job for Carson to start on the front row. Austin Hill finished third. He had the fastest car in practice and the best car on the 15-lap run, the 10-lap, and even the 20-lap run. He is someone that's been up and down in Martinsville, has always had good speed, but he hasn't executed, had the correct finishes, but a great starting spot for Hill. He's going to be a factor to win the race tomorrow. He'll be starting third. Great job for Austin Hill. Plus, we know his picker is really, really good. Jesse Love qualifies fourth. Very impressed with the speed from the number 2 car. Jesse Love's been up and down at this track in the past, but I think he is going to be fast. Plus, of course, he's making his NASCAR Cup Series debut in a couple weeks at Bristol, so he's going to have that on-track time. Really good job for Jesse. Very talented. He'll start inside the top 5. Great job for the number 2 machine. Harrison Burton qualifies 5th. I think that's the best of 25 is qualified in a race since I believe the Chicago Street Course in 2023 when Brett Moffitt qualified inside the top 5. Really impressed with the speed from the 25 car this year. He's been doing way better than Haley Deegan had done in the car when she was in there. I love the speed from the 25 car. Harrison's been good here historically. He'll start 5th. Great job for Harrison Burton. Justin Allgaier qualifies 6th. Great starting spot for them. Allgaier had pretty good speed in practice, especially his long run game. I think he will be very fast in the race tomorrow. He'll be starting inside the top 10 and 6th. Great job for Justin Allgaier. Brandon Jones qualifies 7th. Continues to have a really solid run of this season. The last couple weeks gone really good for Brandon Jones. The speed has been there for the number 20 team, and he's having another top 10 starting spot. Of course, if 20 did win a race with Eric Almirola twice last year, he'll start inside the top 10 in 7th. Corey Day qualifies 8th. His short run speed wasn't great, but he qualified really, really well. He's been qualifying really well for these races. The big question, of course, in the Xfinity debut is, can he run really good and stay up front? Because if you lose a lot of positions, that's going to be concerning. But I like the long run speed from him. He had the 6th best car in the 30-lap average. He'll be starting in 8th. Good job for Corey Day in his Xfinity debut. Very, very impressive. Daniel Dye qualifies 9th. Really good job for Daniel Dye to start inside the top 10. He's been one of the best. He's actually, by my opinion, probably been the best Kaulig driver to start the year, and I wasn't really expecting that going into the season. He'll start 9th. Great job for Daniel Dye. And Sammy still qualifies 10th. Going to be a factor in the race. Had good speed in practice. Pretty good long run car. Going to have a little bit work to do, but he'll start in 10th. Good job for him. Taylor Gray qualified 11th. Dean Thompson with a very impressive top 12 starting spot. Ryan C. qualified 13th. William Swash, a little bit disappointing for his standards. He qualified 14th. Eric Almirola qualified in 15th. I expected Almirola to be a little quicker. He's been a little bit off, unfortunately, in performance, but I do think that he's got a chance and opportunity to get up there and contend for the win. I think he does have decent speed, but not the best speed I thought he had. He'll start in 15th. Sam Mayer, a little bit disappointing qualifying run. He'll start in 16th. Anthony Frito qualified 17th. Sheldon Creed, a little bit surprising. He qualified back in 18th. Christian Eckes qualified 19th. And Nick Sanchez qualified in 20th. 21st place for Maya Snyder. Not a bad starting spot for the DGM car. 22nd place for Blaine Perkins. 23rd for Jeremy Clements. 24th place starting spot for Ryan Ellis. 25th for Thomas Annunziata. 26th for Josh Williams. I think Williams will get up there in the second half of the race, but he's going to have a lot of work to do to get up there. Parker Restov, a little surprising to see him this far back. He qualified 27th. Matt DiBenedetto qualified 28th. 29th for Brennan Poole, and 30th starting spot for Chris Wright. Mason Maggio qualified 31st, 32nd for Brad Perez, 33rd starting spot for Patrick Sarapoli. Not bad for someone who's never ran an Xfinity car in his career. I think he will be better than what he showed in practice and qualifying today and probably get a decent finish. Garrett Smithley qualifies in 34th, 35th for Kyle Sieg, really disappointing for him. 36th for Greg Van Alst, 37th starting spot for Carson Ware, and starting in last position in the race to be Jeb Burton. Because of qualifying, there are a couple cars that will go home, and unfortunately Dawson Cram, who will hop in his qualifying lap, and Tyler Tomasi was looking to make Xfinity Series debut. They will not make the race, and they will go home. So let's talk about reactions to Xfinity qualifying, talking about the drivers who are going to be really strong in the race tomorrow. I expect the Junior Motorsports cars to be very, very fast. Connor Zilisch, Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier, and I think that the other driver cars from qualify are all favorites in the race. Austin Hill, really strong car in qualifying, really strong car in practice. He looked really, really good on the long run especially. I think Eric Almirola is going to be up there by the end of the event. Eric Almirola had a really, really strong and really, really fast car. I like the speed from the number 19 camp. I think he's got a really good chance and opportunity to win the race tomorrow, get his second win of the season. He's already my pick going in. I might have to change my pick to Connor Zilisch at this point because Zilisch looked really, really good today, but I like the speed from Eric Almirola, and I think even Taylor Gray looked really good in practice. He's been pretty underrated to start this season. I like the speed that I'm seeing from him, and I'll throw Harrison Burton in there too because Harrison Burton has been incredible to start the year. I think it's been really impressive so far in the early portion of 2025. I think there's going to be a lot of short runs, a lot of long runs in this race, and I think that the race could be very interesting. All the chaos are probably going to end up seeing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. We always see a lot of chaos in this race, especially I look for there to be a lot of chaos in the race tomorrow night, as it will go from day to night, starting a little bit earlier than last year's race. So the race will get done probably around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the race will conclude, which will have a day to night transition, which will make the race very compelling and really, really interesting. So, that is going to be it for reactions in NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying from Martinsville Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go on board with that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your thoughts in NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and congratulate Connor Zilisch on winning his second pole of 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In a couple hours from now, you're going to see reactions to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race from Martinsville Speedway. We're going to, of course, got the first Triple Truck Challenge race, though William Byron could go to victory lane, but Corey Heim looked really strong qualifying. Then tomorrow, we're going to have reactions to Cup Series qualifying, and we're going to have the Xfinity Series race review as well dropping. And then, of course, on Sunday, we're going to have the Cup review. We're going to have an SVG video and a starting lineup video for the Cookout 400. And then, of course, on Monday, we should have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We got some Jesse Love news that broke. We also earlier today talked about the lawsuit between 2011 Front Row and NASCAR with Michael Jordan being involved in it. We've also got other content coming up. People like Haley Deegan, Connor Zilisch, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron, among other names like Bubba Wallace and Matt DiBenedetto, and of course Junior Motorsports as well. We got a lot of great content dropping over the course of the next couple of days, and I cannot wait for you guys to check out. Next week's the Throwback Weekend. We're going to have a video on that with all the paint schemes as well, so we should be looking forward to that coming out very, very soon. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.